Alright, YouTubers, welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Digital 45 James Z. And right now I'm trying to straighten up my VHS shelf. I got the first thing of movies in order. We go from Above the Law with Steven Seagal. Then we got James Cameron's The Abyss. Then we got The Adventures of Robin Hood. Then we got The Alamo, a single box, CBS Fox. Then we got the double box of The Alamo from MGM, which is a deluxe letterbox edition. So I got that. Then we got what's this guy's name? Mitch Gaylord and American Anthem. Then we got Joe Beth Williams, American Dreamer. Then we got Gene Kelly and American in Paris. Then we got American Werewolf in London. The Vestron video. Not the cheap version, it's the Vestron. Then we got two Animal Houses. This one is MCA home video, and this one is MCA Universal. So two different logos. That means they came out at different times, so that's why I keep them double. We got another 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte there. Then we got some Robert Mitchum and Anzio, followed by Tom Hanks in Apollo 13, followed by Bruce Willis in Armageddon. Then we got David Niven in Around the World in 80 Days. And to wrap up the A's is Rosalind Russell and Auntie Mame. I think I have another stakeout that would go. Another stakeout that would go right between these, but I haven't found it yet in this mess. So I will continue to update you on some more when I'm going to do the bees here and then the shelf, and then because we're going to break these down into separate videos. So I'll be right back. Just give me a minute. Alright, we're back. I got my list of bees right there, but I found this movie, The Ambulance, when I was looking for the bees. So there goes another A. Then we got Backdraft here. We got Back to the Future. We have Batman, the 1989, Michael Keaton. Then we got Val Kilmer as Batman Forever. And then we got Michael Keaton, and like between the two sandwiches right now, and Beetlejuice, the original Beetlejuice movie on VHS. And then we go in the second row. We got Being There with Peter Sellers. We got Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Next up, we got some Kurt Russell and Robin Williams in The Best of Times. Right there. Next up, we got Tom Hanks and Big. Next up, we got Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin and Big Business. Then we got the all-star classic, The Big Chill. Kevin Kline, Tom Berenger, Meg Tilly, Glenn Close, Joe Beth Williams, Jeff Goldblum, William Hurt, and Mary Kay Place. I think that is her name. Yeah, Mary Kay Place. Next up, we got Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn and Bird on a Wire, followed by Dolph Lundgren and Blackjack. Next up, we got Michael Douglas in Black Rain, which I just picked up the other day. Next up, we got Deborah Winger and Teresa Russell in Black Widow. Next up, we got the Mel Brooks classic Blazing Saddles with Cleavon Little and Gene Wilder. And Harvey Korman, of course. Next up, we got Josh Hartnett and Blow Dry. I didn't remember picking that up, but I must have, because it's here. Next up, we got George Peppard and Ursula Andrews in The Blue Max. Next up, we got Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi in The Blues Brothers. The original Blues Brothers. Next up, we got Tom Hanks, Bruce Willis, and Melanie Griffith in The Bonfire of the Vanities. Next up, we got some Charles Bronson in Breakheart's Path. Next up, we got some Billy D. Williams and James Caan in Brian's Song. Next up, we got some Alec Guinness, William Holden in The Bridge on the River Kwai. Next up, we got Gary Busey playing the one and only Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly Story movie. And finally, in the B's, we have Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Paul Newman, Robert Redford, and Catherine Ross. Whew. So that takes care of the A's and the B's. And we'll be back because we still have to finish up this show. Alright, we're right back. I guess I found another B. It's Barefoot in the Park with Robert Redford and Jane Fonda. So that means Beetlejuices have to come out of here. In between, I put them in between Batman. So confusing. There we go. Here we go. Let me scoot these down one. And then we go. Alright. So the next movie we have to put in order is Cabaret with Liza Minnelli and Joel Grey. Next up we have Charlie Sheen and Cadence. That'll go there. Next up, we don't have part 1, but we have part 2 on VHS. I have part 1 on DVD or Blu-ray. I can't remember which one, but I do have the first one, but it's on a different format. But this one, the Caddyshack 2, I do have on VHS. I have found it. I haven't found the first one yet. Next up, we got the Cannonball Run. That will go right there. Next up, we got Can't Buy Me Love with Patrick Dempsey. Next up, we got Robert De Niro and Nick Nolte and Jessica Lange and Cape Fear. Next up, we got some Spencer Tracy and Mickey Rooney and Captain's Courageous. There, a little better. Next up, we got Roger and the Hammerstein's musical, Carousel. Shirley Jones, I believe, is in this movie. Next up, we got some Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Sharon Stone in Casino. I know about the controversy of Robert De Niro, but I can like his movie. I don't have to care about him. Next up, we got Casino Royale with David Niven, Peter Sellers, and Woody Allen, and all-star cast. Next up, we got the Olympic biopic Chariots of Fire. Still wrapped. Next, we got the all-star John Ford classic Cheyenne Autumn. Richard Woodmark is in this, and I forget who else, but there's a lot of stars in that one too. Next up, we got Children of the Lesser God, William Hurt and Marley Matlin. Next up, we got John Wayne as Chisholm. Next up, we got Harrison Ford in Clear and Present Danger. Next up, we got Sissy Spacek in Coal Miner's Daughter. Next up, we got some Bruce Willis in Color of Night. Next up, we got Whoopi Goldberg in the Steven Spielberg film. Danny Glover's in this. This is The Color Purple. Next up, we got Eddie Murphy in Coming to America. Next up, we got Congo. A real small bit part. Bruce Campbell is in this like at the very beginning. That's all. He has a small cameo part. Next up, we got Paul Newman and Cool Hand Luke, also with George Kennedy. Next up, we got Richard Gere in The Cotton Club. Next up, we got Paul Hogan and Crocodile Dundee, and Paul Hogan again and Crocodile Dundee 2. Ooh, that means we need 4 more tapes to wrap up that top shelf. And there have to be D's, I guess. But we'll continue that in the next video because I got stuff to do. I just wanted to get this started. So I appreciate you all watching, and oh, what the hell. Let's see if we can go down here. Oh, I have to get down. Get too old for that. See, we have a Dirty Harry, but that's not DA. Going with the wind. Okay. The Deadpool. They're dancing. The Deep. Death Becomes. I think that's 4 good movies we're going to start with. And then we'll go on around and try to find the others later. I got them sitting over there. I got them sitting over here. I haven't finished painting, but you know, I want to make videos. That's what I want to do. So let's go with the Dead Calm, Sam Neill and Nicole Kidman, and then we'll go with Clint Eastwood's last appearance as Dirty Harry and The Deadpool. Then we got Bruce Willis, Meryl Streep, and Goldie Hawn in Death Becomes Her. Then we got some Fred Dryer and The Death Before Dishonor. So we'll just take that as wrapping up the shelf. I appreciate you all watching. Until next time, give this thing a thumbs up, and then we'll go down here for the next video with the rest of the D's, E's, and probably F's. So until next time, give that thumbs up. I appreciate everybody watching, and see ya.